everyone. A very good evening and welcome once again to the free Shiksha TOEFL classes. I just hope and wish that all of you are doing really good, really fine. And yes, all of you, welcome to the class. As you can see on your screen, that we are affiliated with the ETS TOEFL as well. That's a big thing for us. So thank you ETS TOEFL for supporting us. It's like a boon for us. And of course, I welcome all of you once again, and we are going to start with the new module of TOEFL today. We have already completed reading module, and yesterday we went through the reading classes, and we discussed a lot of assessment questions. So yes, today we are starting with the listening module. I'm really good, guys. How are you all? I hope all of you are doing really fine. And I wish that whoever is sitting for their exam definitely, they should do well. And all of these videos, which we are uploading on a daily basis for TOEFL, definitely these are going to help you. So, guys, I'm waiting for your locations again. The first activity, engaging one, which I regularly do in my class every day. So I want you to write down your locations, from where are you watching us and where are you chatting with us live. So definitely we would like to know that. So I would like to see how many of you are actually, trying to reach out to us and watching us live. So let us all flood, our comment sections, and let us all see from where all we belong. All right, guys. So till the time you write your locations and your, names as well, you know, then in that case, during that time, going to give you a small reminder in case anybody is new to our channel, YouTube channel, Shiksha Study Abroad, then please subscribe with us because we have started these daily TOEFL classes for free for all of you, and you do not have to pay anything. You just have to subscribe with us so that you do not miss out on any free content like this. And of course, you have to register with us with the link which is given in the description below so that you get the notification bell on and you get all the necessary notifications in your mobile phones and laptops. And yes, guys, I can see the comment section flooding with the comments now. Lovely. So her bookshelf, yeah, Methili, right. So Methili, I remember you from the previous classes. Hi, once again. She's from Mumbai, okay. D. Kruparkar is from Hyderabad, all right. Muchi is from Gaya, right. And then we have Sepuri. He or she is from from Hyderabad, okay. Ranganath, all right. Then Mochi is from Palasi Kumari. Okay, that is your name, I'm assuming. Right. Lovely, guys. So, all of you are from such, varied and different places. It's great to see all of you joining together here from different places. We also have, many times the candidates, if you would have watched our previous videos, then definitely you will be noticing that we have a lot of traffic and a lot of candidates from the other countries as well. For example, Nepal, and then we have many people coming from Kenya, from Nigeria, from South Africa. So yes, we are already, flooded with lots of people from India itself, but we do not. But we do have, people from outside India as well, and that's a really lovely response which we are getting. All right, so Carmel is writing, hi, how are you? Well, Carmel, I'm doing fine and I wish the same for you. Maureen is also here. Good evening, Maureen. So, yes, Carmel says, hi, how are you? Thanks for this help. It's really appreciated. I'm from West Africa. Wow, great. Welcome, Carmel. So, Benin, precisely. All right, got it. And I can find myself with the timing 5 p.m. in your country is what is West Africa. Thanks, Newcomb. All right, so welcome first of all, Carmel, and really, so much thank you for writing that lovely comment for us. And of course, the timing which we are following for this particular class of TOEFL is every weekday, that means Monday to Friday, and 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. is the Indian Standard Time, and it is also mentioned in the TOEFL calendar if you would have noticed, right? So IST, which we call in short form. So please, talk to the counselors through the help of the link which is given in the description below. Maybe they will be able to help you with the timings in your own country. And in case you're not able to reach out or get in touch with our counselors, then never mind. We have Google these days, right? So Google would give every answer to your question. So definitely look out for the timings which match in West um, Africa in accordance with the timings in India. All right. And then Brajan, okay, so hi Brajan, he asks the question, have you taken the newly structured TOEFL test? Well, so, Brajan, I'll be taking you through the new structure or the revised pattern of 2023, which has just changed recently on 26th July. So, I'll be taking you through the pattern and syllabus of TOEFL, the whole exam as well. So, guys, without any delay now, let me start with today's class. And as I said in the beginning, that we are going to start with the listening module today. So let me take you to another slide which says to be covered. So basically what we'll be covering today, listening module, overview of the module. So I'll give you the pattern, I'll give you some tips, I'll show you what kind of questions are there in listening. Okay, all of that we'll be discussing. And guys, in the end, I'll be giving you some time to ask your doubts and your queries. So please be very patient with your queries and problems because I won't be taking them in between. And as you know, the reason, because that would break the flow of yours as well as mine while teaching, right? And we both do not want that. So yes, definitely I'll be giving you some time in the end. So please wait patiently and then ask your questions once I tell you to ask them, right? Okay, so starting with the latest pattern of TOEFL. So as I have revised and as I have told the new latest pattern which has come up for TOEFL in my previous videos as well. But today also I'm going to revise with you very quickly. So as you can see in front of you, reading 20 questions. So the number of questions have reduced for reading, okay? And the new time which you will be taking is 35 minutes. For listening, 28 questions, and timing is 36 minutes. Speaking, 4 tasks, and 16 minutes is the timing. And writing will be 2 tasks given to you, and 29 minutes will be the timing. So these are the new set of questions, or new number of questions, I would rather say, and the timings which have come up for the TOEFL exam. Now, earlier, if you noticed, guys, the total time which the TOEFL exam took was around 3 hours. But now it has been reduced to 2 hours. So, under 2 hours, approximately 1 hour 56 minutes within that time, you will be able to complete your TOEFL exam, right? So, that's like a good news, right? Okay, so now I am starting with the fresh new content of listening section. So the TOEFL IBT listening section is designed to measure your ability to understand conversations and lectures in English. First of all, you should know this, that why the listening exam is designed. Then it includes listening for basic comprehension. Then it also states the understanding the speaker's attitude and degree of certainty. And thirdly, last but not the least, connecting information. So for these basic 3 things, your listening TOEFL exam is taken. Okay. Now, if I talk about the listening questions, then you will hear lectures and conversations in this section. Both use campus based language. Okay, please remember this. And 3 lectures, some with classroom discussion, each 3 to 5 minutes, 6 questions per lecture. That is the first pointer. Second pointer is 2 conversations, each 3 minutes, and 5 questions per conversation. So if you just multiply it with 3 lectures and 6 questions per lecture. So 6 into 3 is 18, and 2 conversations are there, and 5 questions per conversation. So 5 into 2, 10. 10 plus 18 is 28, and that is what we discussed right now. 28 questions for listening. And the new timing is 36 minutes. So please remember how your questions will be divided. Please rewatch this video again. All these free content videos will be uploaded later on after the live session on our YouTube channel. So please do not forget to subscribe. Now the next thing is you can take notes on any audio item throughout the test to help you answer questions. Okay, you can make your own notes. Test time, it should take about 36 minutes to complete the listening section. And you're already aware about the number of questions now and the time taken, right? So now I'm going to, give you or throw some light on the TOEFL listening conversation and how you can actually make notes or take notes during the conversation. I know it's quite tricky to listen to the conversation as well as make notes because you require both the skills here, writing and listening, as well as, of course, the third one, very, very major one, that is analyzing, right? So you have to understand the conversation, what is going on, and according to that, you'll have to take down notes. So how will you actually do that? Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to read it for you. Taking notes on conversations is easier in comparison to lectures. First, conversations are usually much shorter. Then, second, conversations take place on a college campus and deal with situations related to university life. So, you are most likely familiar with these subject matters, right? And then, third, if you miss what one speaker says, the other speaker will probably give you a clue as to what you missed. So here are some tips for taking notes for conversations. So let's see what are those tips and how you can actually apply those tips to your own practice session so that you can gain maximum marks out of your TOEFL, listening exam. Okay, so now I'm going to maximize my screen. And first tip, which you should note down, guys, is pay attention to the speaker's tone of voice to interpret implied information. Okay, so when you take notes on conversations, you should be aware that conversations contain more implied information compared to lectures. Implied information means information that is suggested but not directly stated. So, in case you do not know the meaning of implied information, then please read it from here and understand that implied information means information that is suggested but not directly stated. That means it will not be directly given to you in the text or the passage, but it would be, kind of suggested. Let's look at an example of implied information. So the implied information example I'll show you later on when we'll be discussing all the kinds of questions, in the end of the PPT, or maybe from tomorrow when we'll be starting, when we'll start discussing the questions one by one. Then I will actually show you the sample question of each of the question categories so that you know that, okay, this is a reference question, this is a vocabulary question, or this is a just purpose question, okay, all of like that. So definitely I'll be showing you at least one or two sample questions in order to understand it better what the question looks like. So for now, let's focus on the second tip which has been given here. So the second tip is find a balance between listening and note taking. So guys, I already told you that you will be requiring here in the listening exam two of the skills. That is, in fact, three. So reading the passage, that means reading the text, whatever questions are given. Secondly, listening to the audio. And thirdly, writing down your notes. So reading, listening, writing, all these three things you will be doing simultaneously. I know it, looks very confusing, looks very difficult to manage, but with a very persistent and continuous practice session with a lot of, tips and strategies around you, definitely it's very easy to handle these kind of questions. So let's read about this second tip in detail. The rule of thumb is that you should take just enough notes to help you remember important facts, information, so that you can focus most of your attention on understanding the conversation. Okay, so if you're having a difficult time listening to the conversation because you're taking down notes, then you probably need to take fewer notes. You don't need to write down everything. So sometimes even one word can ignite your memory and help you remember an answer, but only practice will allow you to accomplish this. So if you're having a difficult time remembering the conversation, then you need to look at your note taking strategy, okay, and change it to something that works better for you. So definitely, guys, as I said, please everyone be very attentive to this particular tip, because all the three skills, managing or handling them all three together, it's not an easy task, I know. And you really need a very, very thorough and rigorous practice session in order to get, familiar with all these three skills and, applying them one by one simultaneously with another, right? So as they are saying in the tip as well, in the detailed tip, that is that you have to make shorter notes. You do not have to write very long and lengthy sentences, because that would just eat away your time, right? And you would not want that, especially in the listening exam, because you need to listen to the audio as well. Now let's see what is the third tip saying. It says keep moving. So ideally, you'll pay attention perfectly for the duration of the test and understand all of the main ideas the first time they're mentioned. But practically speaking, your mind may wander, or at some points, you may not understand what the professor is talking about, right? So when this happens, just let it go and start listening again. So, why you should let it go and start listening again? Let's read the answer. Because if you try to figure out or stress about what you missed, you will end up missing even more, or you will become completely lost. It's better to potentially miss one point rather than missing several, right? So just because of one or two questions, please do not, ruin your other set of questions. So in case you have missed out on some information and whatever you remember out of the conversation, just give it a guess and move on with the other questions. No need to get stuck or get stressed or panicked about that situation, because that will just ruin the other set of questions which you're about to have in your future paper, right? Okay, moving on to another very nice tip, that is use the symbols. So once practiced and understood, symbols can save you a lot of time with your note taking. So symbols are used instead of certain words. For example, cause and effect can be shown with arrows, decrease, fall, short, cheap, and worse can all be shown with a down arrow, while increase, rise, and surge. Okay, so can all be shown with an up arrow. So what they basically mean here is that instead of writing increase, you can make an arrow, facing upwards, or instead of saying plummeted or decreased or reduced, for that, instead of writing that word, you can make an arrow going downwards. So these are the symbols which you can actually use. For right, you can use an arrow in the right, or for left you can make the arrow in the left, or either you can write L, okay, if it just indicates you the word left. So what I mean is just follow the symbols and just try to write your notes in the form of symbols instead of writing the whole word or whole, phrase, because that would just waste your time. Fifth is column layout. That means make two columns and then maybe you can segregate and separate the information. So let's read about it. The two column layout is one of the biggest layouts for taking notes for a conversation between two people, because it helps to organize the speakers without the need to write down the speaker each time you make a note. Example, the left column is used for speaker 1, and while the right column is used for speaker 2. So for example, speaker 1 is professor and speaker 2 is student. So whatever the speaker is talking about, you can write it down in the pointers or in bullet points. And the same you can make for students as well while making the notes. So you can refer to this particular slide how you can actually make notes by making two columns and separating the two speakers, right? Now, if I talk about 8 different kinds of TOEFL listening questions, then let's see what are those TOEFL listening questions. So, first is detailed question, second is inner reference, third is attitude, fourth is function, fifth is just content, sixth is just purpose, and seventh is organization question. All right, so one question is missing here. I'll just try to figure it out what has been missed here, and I'll get back to you. Most probably it will be a vocabulary question where a word has been given to you and you have to take out the meaning of that word out of the listening audio, right? So I'll just get back to you on this tomorrow, because tomorrow anyway we are starting with the set of 8 questions one by one. So I'll be taking guys at least one or two questions on a daily basis, and then we'll be completing the listening module in the same way we completed the reading module. Okay, and in the end of the listening module, after I have covered all the questions in detail, I will be showing you some sample question and answers, and that class is known as assessment question and answers. All right. Now I'm moving on to another slide which says proven study method to improve your TOEFL listening score. So this is a very nice tip and very nice piece of information which I'm going to share with you now, because through this you can actually, grade up your score. So let's see how you can actually gear up your score. So if you are scoring above 60%, then these are the steps which you should actually look out for. For example, step one, re-listen to the sections of the audio where you had doubts. So in case you were stuck somewhere and you are in your practice session and you feel that, okay, I was stuck in this word, or I got stuck in particularly this phrase or this sentence, then please go back to that particular sentence and to that particular piece of audio and rewind it and then listen to it again. In step two, what you can do is analyze the questions you got wrong. So, whatever questions you got wrong, you can actually make a list out of those questions and then you can revise them again. Okay, so guys, you can actually read the in-depth description which is given, beneath or under both the points, that you can read in detail later on when you rewatch this video which is being live right now. Okay, right now I'm just giving you the summary or the bold points which have been highlighted. So, getting the results, committing yourself to 3 hours a day, you can complete more than 50 TOEFL listening questions in less than 3 weeks. With this intense training, you will see a significant improvement in your TOEFL listening score. So, TOEFL is not an easy thing. Definitely, it's quite a challenging exam. But in case you are getting stuck anywhere and you want to practice again, definitely a thorough practice is needed. As I told you before, also when we were starting with this session, and they have also provided with few, tips which you can actually apply in your practice session. So this step and these strategies were for people who were getting scoring or scoring above 60%. Now I'm going to talk about the people who scored below 60. So what are the steps which you can apply? So step one is listen to the same recording again. So simply just listen to the recording again. Whatever you listened to, you have to go through it again, okay, in order to understand. Sorry. Then step two will be reading the sections of the script that you had problems understanding. So in case you had, analyzing problem or understanding problem, that means you were not able to understand what the speaker was saying, then definitely go through the audio script. Audio script is the script in the written form, whatever is being said in the audio. So in the same way, it will be written line by line and you will have it in front of you. So in case you got stuck somewhere, just put your headphones, listen to the same audio again, the full audio, and definitely read the audio script side by side. All right. Now, step three is take the TOEFL listening practice again and see if you can improve your score. If not, repeat the steps one and two until you can fully understand the entire listening conversation or lecture. All right. So this is what you have to do, guys. And for listening practice, okay, first let me read out the steps. Follow these steps, and you'll see how it works wonders. Okay, so the steps are completing the above step by step. Above means this one in the previous slide. Step by step process. You should take around 45 to 60 minutes per TOEFL listening practice. And of course, if you answered all or most questions correctly, it'll take you much less time. So therefore, by committing yourself to 3 hours a day, you can complete more than 50 TOEFL listening, practice sessions. So this is how you can actually improve your score, guys, and it's a very nice strategy which you can actually follow. So for that, I have also listed down few good and in fact best top 8 TOEFL prep books from where you can actually practice for your TOEFL, not just for listening, but for all the four modules, reading, writing, and speaking as well. Okay, so the first book which is being highlighted here is The Official Guide to the TOEFL IBT Test, which is the sixth edition for this book. Then you can also look out for the book known as Kaplan's TOEFL IBT Prep Plus 2020 to 2021. So you can also look for the latest edition if it has come up for 2022 and 23. Please look out for that edition as well. Then we have Barron's TOEFL IBT 17th edition, Barron's Essential Words for TOEFL, then TOEFL IBT Test Prep Books, uh, okay, Memetrics, and the Princeton Review. So these are basically top 8 books which I have listed down for you. So you can take help from here. You can make a note, you can take a screenshot if you want to, or even if you miss out this video and you're watching later on, then definitely you can rewatch this video on our YouTube channel. But only one thing is there which you have to actually do, that is subscribe to our channel so that you get the access to all these videos, right? So guys, as promised, now I'm going to show you a proper referral code which you can actually apply, okay, if you are willing to register with us for the TOEFL course. So as you can see in front of you guys, this is the TOEFL you know referral code which I'm willing to give you, that is SHIK in capital and the number 602023. So this is basically the referral code. I have also commented it down right now on the comment section so that you can just copy paste it from there. It's easy for you to use. So just take this referral code and apply it when you're trying to register with us for the TOEFL course. Definitely you will be able to avail a very very special discount. Okay, and this is not just for TOEFL, but we are also giving a combo uh, discount on ETS TOEFL IBT plus ETS GRE. So for TOEFL and GRE, we are giving a combo course. So you have to apply the same code here again, and you can avail the best discounts available. All right. Okay, guys. So this was all from my side. Now I'm going to give you some time in the end to ask your doubts and questions so that I can answer them one by one. And so far, if you have not registered with us, then please do register, because of that link, it will take you to our landing page where we have the TOEFL calendar, and definitely you will be able to rewatch every video free of cost from there, from that landing page. And of course, you will be able to meet our end-to-end counseling experts. So in case you need any counseling free of cost, please get in touch with our counselors. The same is the process. That means you have to register with the link. So that link is given just below this live video, guys. So in case you want to register with us, please click on that. And of course, I would like to see the comments which you're giving here. So let me see who all are commenting, and then I can answer them one by one. And in case you do not have any question regarding today's class or about the TOEFL exam, then definitely we can wind it up. So guys, any question, any query, anything you want to ask from your side? So I think there was one question in the beginning, and it was asked by Alice. So Alice said, "Please, I wish to write down a certified TOEFL test online." All right, Alice. So if you're still watching us, then definitely you'll be able to write your TOEFL test. But I always recommend and I always advise my candidates, whoever is watching me live right now on this platform, that when you are actually ready for your TOEFL exam, then only give it, because otherwise it will be a waste of money, waste of energy, and waste of time. and definitely you would not want that. So once you all are ready for your exam, then only give it. So Maureen is asking, what is GRE? GRE is another migrating exam which people give for studying abroad. And definitely, if you want to know more about the GRE exam, then definitely, counseling team would be the best people to talk about it in detail, because I am here for training for the TOEFL exam specifically. So if you want to ask anything in detail about the TOEFL exam or about the IELTS exam, then I can help you. But otherwise, if you want to know about the exam in overview, then definitely you should talk to our expert counselors, because they will be the best people to guide you on that. And her bookshelf, Mithili, is asking, ma'am, can we listen to a section of the audio again during the exam? No. So you are not allowed to rewind or forward. Okay, and that happens in the IELTS exam as well. So IELTS and TOEFL, both the exams, in fact, PTE, OET, whichever migrating exam you're giving, you're not allowed to do it rewind, or you're not allowed to go rewind and forward. You will just listen to the audio once. So, Maureen, you are asking, what does it help? It helps just like TOEFL and IELTS. It helps you to get into good universities and colleges, especially for studying. And if you want to study and settle abroad, that is also an option. But that is, a later on stage. So, GRE, OET, PTE, and then your IELTS and TOEFL, all of these migrating exams help you to migrate outside your country and settle there. Or if you want to go and study in some good university outside abroad or in some good college, then these exams help you to get into those. All right, I hope that answers your question. Any other question, guys? So, guys, if you watch this video or any video of ours on our YouTube channel, Shiksha Study Abroad, and then you want to ask any question, please do not hesitate to write down your question on the comment section. Definitely that will be answered, because we regularly answer our candidates' queries. Okay, so please do not hesitate. Please do not wait till we come live again. You can always write down your queries and comments on the section below, on the comment section below. So, guys, after I have left, I would love to see the comments flooding up on the comment section. I would like to see your feedback for the session, and what else would you like to see in our classes. Definitely, that would help us to improve. And of course, apart from that, I would like to see the locations and the places again from where you're commenting. That would be lovely. So whoever has not commented yet, from where are they talking, or watching us live, so please do that after watching the video, even if it is not live, even if it is a recorded video later on YouTube. I would love to see that. Okay, so Methali is asking again. So we have 3 minutes to listen to a lecture as well as answer the subsequent questions. Yes, so whatever listening time has been given to you, the answering of questions is included within that. No extra time is given to you, for writing the answers. So that is why for taking the notes, you have to, so for example, 36 minutes for 28 questions. So within those 36 minutes, you will be, listening to the audio and reading the questions as well as writing or making the notes, right? So I hope, Mithili, this is clear to you that no extra time is actually allowed in TOEFL listening paper. So what all you have to do is you have to apply those three skills which I just talked about in the PPT as well: your listening, reading, and writing skills. Correct? All right, guys. Any other question, guys? Mithili is saying thank you. Well, welcome, Mithili, and everyone. And of course, now I'm going to take your leave because I do not think so we have any major question to be asked. But if you have, then in that case, just remember I'm here, and definitely your question will be answered as soon as possible. So please do not forget to write your comments. And of course, guys, please do not forget to register with us and subscribe to our YouTube channel. So very soon, tomorrow at the same time, I'll be seeing you on another class where we'll be going through the listening questions in detail. So from tomorrow, basically, we are starting with the number of questions. So one by one, I'll be giving you a detailed version of every question. I'll be showing you the sample answers, and in the end of the listening module, I'll be showing you this assessment question and answers as well. Okay. So I hope that makes it clear. So very, very much thank you for joining us once again. And definitely I'll get back to you soon tomorrow at the same time. So please revise your, PPTs, whatever you have watched today, so that we can start with a fresh new start tomorrow with the set of questions. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Bye bye. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow.